Greetings, blessings, all praises be to the Most High Yah, from whom all blessings flow. And I am so thankful to be here with you doing another video. And this time there's heaviness that Yah has to say. There's something that is very heavy going on. And Yah says, have you forgotten him? Have you forgotten him? You have forgotten him. And you have gotten comfortable and placed other things before him. You think that because you're here in this nation and because you have achieved or gotten where you wanted to go, that is the dream, that was the gold. And Yah says, who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that? You've forgotten him. You've forgotten him. And this message is specifically for Atlanta. Y'all have forgotten him. Have you forgotten whose babies you are? Have you forgotten the legacy? Have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? The stuff I see coming out of Atlanta is concerning, and if you do not change your path, if you do not turn back to Yah, there's going to be something that happens in Atlanta that I don't think anybody's ready for. And I love Atlanta. Atlanta is where I discovered myself. Atlanta is where I realized that I was me, that I was Yah's child, that I wasn't those things that were spoken. I realized that in Atlanta that I was sovereign. Like, Atlanta took me in and loved me through so much. Atlanta is so close to my heart. I love Georgia, as a matter of fact. Just Georgia, period. It's something about Georgia. It's just like God's land. It's just when you're there, it's the topography. It's the trees, the ground, the clay. It's the people. It's just joy. It's the air that you breathe. It's just the green, lush land. It's the movement of people. Atlanta is poetic. It was prophetic. Atlanta is full of the most grounded, in the ground Hebrews I have ever met in life. And Atlanta is full of lessons in life. I don't understand what has happened. Is it that you thought that achieving was the job? Do you think that achieving was the wealth, the riches, the money? Like, what is it that you thought you had, that you would turn from Abba, that you would turn from our Abba? What is it that has turned you from Yahuwah? What has happened that has turned you? I don't understand. What's happening? Is it the influctuation of people who are not really from Georgia that have come? Is it the Real Housewives? Is it Love and Hip Hop? You've turned into actors. You've turned into idols and idolaters. You've turned into something that is not familiar to Yah. And he is crying for you to turn, because where do you think the attention is going to turn next? He's naming cities that are full of Hebrews. What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think he's going to go to Baltimore? Do you think he's going to DC? Do you think he's going to Chicago? Do you think he's going to all of these places where Hebrews are, where Judah is, and he's not going to next turn and fix his direction towards Atlanta? Towards Georgia, where there's such a high population? What are y'all thinking? This is a call for Atlanta to wake up and remember your Abba. Remember who you are. And who you are was never in the money in your bank account. Do you know that you can burn that? Do you know that house can be leveled in a second? You can wake up and have everything. And by the end of the day, before the sun goes back down, it will all go away. Did you think that you were the one who got it? Did you think that it was you? Y'all are on top. Please tell me why y'all on top of Stone Mountain. After everything you went through. I don't even have to tell you what Stone Mountain represents to you, to us. Why are thousands of y'all on top of Stone Mountain trying to call down portals? You would take your voice and give it to some alien, some demonic force other than call on the name of y'all. What would have happened if y'all would have just cried out to y'all like Deuteronomy said you should, so that the blessings would fall back on you? If you would have taken your voices and called on y'all, what would you have done? Instead, you went up on that mountain and you called out for demons to open portals for you. What is wrong with you? You're going to churches where men, flesh, are telling you that you are not the people. They're telling you who you are, and you sit and you congregate in those halls of liars. People who are bought and paid for by others who have agendas they're trying to push, and you listen to them. Or you sit in these churches with men that you know are compromised. And you let them tell you the word. There is an ancient Holy Spirit, an ancient Ruach HaKodesh filled remnant that flows through Atlanta. Many of y'all can feel it. At least I felt it when I first moved back there in 1999, before the new millennium, before 2000. It feels like when you're driving in, something is squeezing you, something is hugging you. It feels like something is saying, welcome home, child, welcome home. That's what it feels like. But I know something's wrong because I'm here in Texas, of all the places for me to be. Texas. Well, I only want to be in Georgia. And that's one place that y'all told me that I don't need to be. And that should be concerning. My heart is of Georgia. My roots are from Georgia. I'm at Georgia and I feel home. But I can't be in Georgia because whatever is happening there is not good for me. And that's concerning, that I'm here in Texas and not in Georgia. Not to say it's any better, but just to say that my heart is Georgia. And whatever is going on there, Yah is telling me to not be there right now. Because something is happening there. Something is happening there. And then I see thousands of y'all up on Stone Mountain calling on demonic portals to open, to beam you up somewhere, and not call on your Abba Adonai, not call on Yahuwah, not calling on Yahusha, not asking for the Holy Spirit, not praying for the city, not praying for the leaders, not praying for the children, not praying for Yah to remember you, but you're praying for demonic portals to open. Yah's not pleased. He says, you have forgotten him. And since you've forgotten him, you've forgotten yourself. They're going to turn towards Atlanta. And one thing I will say, there are crimes in every city, but Atlanta, for the most part, they have so much sense. They have so much common sense as a city that they know when to move and when not to move, when to sit and when to sit and be still, and when to go and bulldoze a path. I'll give that. But in this, there is something that is going to happen in Atlanta, and it's not even going to be y'all to do it. I feel like there is going to be something that is going to happen that is going to turn them to Georgia. Something is going to happen. The raid in that plant, that auto plant, that was nothing. Something's going to happen that's going to turn them specifically towards Atlanta, or even the outside city in Atlanta. Something's going to turn them towards Atlanta, and it won't even be y'all. I know y'all see these productions they put on. We're in the middle of a production. Do y'all understand we're in the middle of a production, and we have producers walking around creating situations? This administration isn't politics, it's production. They're putting on the greatest show we have ever seen. And this is an interactive show. This show is interactive. Everybody gets to play a part. They're putting a show on. These producers are creating a reality show. And Atlanta is going to be the next. You see, they in Chicago trying to stop them from coming into Chicago. He's not going to start. He's not going to stop. Washington, D.C. was just the beginning. This is not going to stop. And because you are not turning back to Abba and the Holy Spirit to ask for wisdom to what to do next, because you're so comfortable, y'all ain't going to be ready. So this is a call for y'all to wake up and be ready. Turn back to the Abba of your ancestors y'all keep hollering about. Turn back to Yah. And don't give me any, that's some made up stuff, some white people suppressing Tony Braxton. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. This ain't no made up book. That's your history book. And if you had picked up and tried to learn what they took out and why they took it out, you would grab that book even more and you would know what was changed. But because y'all refused to open the book or read the notes, the footnotes in the bottom that would lead you to the other books that have clearly been taken out, you act like this book is a lie. It is not. It's your history book. Pick up your history book. Pick up your instruction manual to this world. Begin to read it and prepare. And the only way that you're going to get through what is happening is through the Holy Spirit being in you and filling you and giving you wisdom, because this world is not going to help you. Your mayor, they're not going to keep him out. This thing is happening. The only thing that you can do is have wisdom from the Holy Spirit to know what you should and should not do and when it's time to leave it all behind. But y'all are so comfortable. So my prayer is that you wake up, that you wake up and that you take the things that you see serious, that you seek Yah while he can still be found, that you seek Yahusha while he can still be found, and that you fill yourself up with the Holy Spirit. Because when this lights, camera, action, when it begins, you ain't going to have time to call because you ain't going to know what to do. You're just going to be reacting. Moves and counter moves. You're just going to be reacting. You can't afford to just react to the stuff. You have to be ready. You have to see this and be ready for what's happening. You can't afford to just react. You can't afford to be reactionary. You can't afford to be defensive. You have to be on the offense. You have to be ready. This is the call for y'all to get ready for when he fixes his eyes on you. That's all I got for y'all. Be ready. Fill yourself up with the Spirit and the Word. Open those books. Read your Old Testament prophets. Read the Apocrypha. Pick up the Apocrypha. Read Esdras. 1st and 2nd Esdras. Read the Wisdom of Solomon. Read Baruch. Jubilees. Read these books. Read Enoch. Read these books. Get yourself ready. Know what's happening now. That's what I got for y'all. I'm about to do another video on y'all who's trying to fixing the flyaway. That's coming up next, but that I can't fit that in this one because y'all is fixing to fly away from here. Y'all fixing to fly. That's the next video. Be at peace, y'all. Atlanta, tighten up. Tighten up. Y'all are really unfamiliar. This ain't the same place. I don't know what's happened. Tighten up. Till next time.